So special because I knew we were going to set the tone for how our team was going to play, and we were. Engaged that game.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for the Wizards, Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. It's tipped. Embiid with the steal. Here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
This is what a point guard should do. Simmons is so adept at noticing when the defense is over.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And last season, the Sixers unveiling a Dr. J statue on their Legends Walk outside the team training facility.
Oh, yeah, his second statue in Philly. I mean, the other one is down by the stadium. At that Legend Walk, you know who he joins? Wilt Chamberlain, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Billy Cunningham, Hal Greer. That's some good company to be in. Some great history for the Sixers.
Now here's Simmons. Over Wall. Simmons passes to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Richardson. Clock at 4. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Look at the unselfishness of Embiid, Kevin. I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
Pass to Hachimura. Rejected by Harris. And now here comes Simmons leading the break, and Simmons slams it in.
Oh, this is where Simmons does the most damage. I mean, he's an electrifying, dynamic transition player who torches defense.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Hachimura the pass to Brown. Beal, that's for 2. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Horford kicks to Harris. Simmons on the wing. Feeds it to Embiid, and that one good.
Man, what a baller this guy is, the big fella, Embiid. I mean, he welcomes getting physical and overwhelms the defense with his size and muscle.
Now here's Wall, and it's sent back by Horford.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid. Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And the dunk by Embiid.
This is as high percentage of a shot as you can get for Embiid. He's a powerhouse of a player. We love to dunk.
And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
Here's Harris following the basket by John Wall. Simmons looking around. And the pass to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And it's 7 points for Joel Embiid.
This is the confidence the big man Embiid brings to the table. No hesitation shooting off the pass.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And they're starting off the season playing the 76ers here. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mo Wagner's checked in for Bryant. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Troy Brown. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall. Then for the 76ers, Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. James Ennis comes in for Harris. And it's Korkmaz in for Josh Richardson. And they get it back. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a poster.
Wizards trail by 9. Now here's Thomas. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Smith checked in for Beal. Now here's Simmons. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
In 2000, we're not even out of the first quarter. That's not a good pace to set.
Wizards have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Thomas deciding where to go with it. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And Thomas, excellent at getting points in the paint, despite the size disadvantage.
And Simmons kicks to Ennis. Pass to Embiid. Simmons inside the line. It's blocked. Now Miles. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Basket counts.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's stolen by Bertans. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Embiid with the block.
Awesome timing on the rejection. Embiid, the big fella. You don't want to bring it in around this guy.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simmons. The baseline J. Doesn't go that time.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. 70. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters. John Wall said it tough. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age. But his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Showing no mercy right now. The shooters look frustrated seeing so many of their shots get stifled.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the 76ers, Scott is out there with Ennis. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Thibault in at the 2-guard spot. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Wagner. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Horford.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Wizards have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Washington making some changes. Hachimura, he's checked in for Bertans. Brown comes in for C.J. Miles. And John Wall subbed in for Ish Smith. And the 76ers also making a change. Tobias Harris is checked in for Korkmaz. Fires the 3. Scott can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounds.
The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year we're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same
so
stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
Here's Thibault. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Scott. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Wall finds Beal. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Horford against Bryant. Passes it to Wall. 5 on the clock, and he drops it in from the low post. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
I like the confidence of Wall inside. When he gets to his spot, he goes right to work.
Outside, Simmons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on John Wall.
A triple-double machine. I mean, Ben Simmons surpassed by only the great Oscar Robertson with the pace he's piling on.
And you look at the all-around impact of Ben Simmons, already a star and an all-star. You know what, Chris? If he adds a jump shot, how good do you think he can be?
Whoa. Some say you better polish up that MVP trophy. I mean, perimeter shooting, the only thing he really lacks.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Back to Richardson. Simmons dishes to Richardson. Back to Simmons. And it's sent back by Bryant. They retain possession. Another shot. No good from Simmons.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. For the Wizards, Davis Bertans checks in for Hachimura. And it's C.J. Miles in for Troy Brown. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And this comes in for Josh Richardson. Here's Simmons. Oh,
goodness. Wow. The versatility of Simmons, astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
Wizards have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Here's Wall. Knocks down the step-back J. Wall's got the lead up to 2 now for the Wizards.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Simmons. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Simmons got 8 points.
This is where Simmons likes to shoot from him. The closer he is to the rim, the better.
And Wall, here we go now. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
Look how active Wall is, especially on defense. He's constantly on the prowl.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Count the basket. And that's 10 points for Ben Simmons.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Beal with it. Puts up a three. No good. John Wall getting it done for the Washington Wizards. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 14 points and 1 steal. He's been in the midst of some incredible games lately, and tonight he's got it going again. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, I thought their turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was good.
And now with the second half about to get underway.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And with Embiid and Ben Simmons both at their best in the paint, maybe not the ideal fit if you're the Sixers and you had to trade one of them. Which is it?
Oh, man, that's so tough. They're both great players, GA, but Embiid, his health remains a question mark. And Simmons, you know, imagine if you have a team of shooters built around him like Giannis in Milwaukee. That's a tough question.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Embiid against Bryant. Wagner, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. From deep, Richardson, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists in the game. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
Here's Hachimura, and it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Here's Simmons, an easy 2 points on the layup. Simmons got 12.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Wall, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Horford.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up for that super max contract he signed.
And Washington making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Now the pass to Horford. Pass to Korkmaz. Here's Thibault. Clock at 6. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer, and the 76ers get it back. Pass to Thibault. Back to Richardson. Korkmaz passes to Horford. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And checking out the numbers for Beal. Great showing for him last season. He averaged 25 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
The Wizards have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
The odds have always been stacked against Thomas. They said he's too small. They said he was the last pick in the draft. He loves it because he's never stopped proving people wrong.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons. Greg battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Bertanis comes in for Hachimura, and it's C.J. Miles in for Bradley Beal. Richardson outside. Passes to Horford. Horford double team. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Philadelphia. Smith kicks to Miles. Nice D from Scott.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Richardson attacking. And that one, good.
Timeout.
Richardson's got 10 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Washington calls timeout.
Yeah, Kevin, and early in his career, Al Horford shoehorned into the center position. A power forward in college, that was his preference. But as you know, the game has changed, and now he's the perfect modern-day center.
And here's Miles. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. They'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Philadelphia has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And Chris, you're about the same size as Horford. If you played today, would you play some at that center position, you think?
Oh, I would love to. It would be easier now. Less giants out there, not as much shot block. Back in the day, trying to hold up Shaq, that was no fun.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Thomas up top. Richardson cover. Thomas, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Korkmaz passes to Ennis. And it's Miles with the rebound.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that shouldn't be easy.
Down low. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Bertans.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The pass to Ennis. He feeds it to Scott. Over Bertans. Again, Philadelphia. 27 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Smith in the posts. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Richardson outside. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The 76ers have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
I mean, what I appreciate about Horford is his unselfishness. I mean, he brings a veteran team-first mindset to the table.
Well, points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. 76ers ahead. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. And it's Ennis in at the small forward position.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Harris against Thomas. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Simmons finds Harris. That one goes in. Harris has got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Brown, and there it is for him. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
Here's Simmons. From down in the low post, it goes. And the 76ers lead by 9. Thomas against Simmons. From 15 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Richardson the pass to Embiid, and it's sent back by Bryant. Here's Thomas, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Big things come in small packages, Kevin. I mean, Thomas just contorting to finish through the foul.
Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Here's Thibault. He's covered by Brown. Embiid, no good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Wizards making a switch here. Beal's checked in. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. From deep. The shot will not fall. And Philadelphia the other way now. Pass to Thibault. And here's Embiid. He's covered by Brown. Embiid, no good.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Beal can't get it to go.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. This really hurt him.
Simmons. Hachimura grabs the miss. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. 6-point game. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Pass to Thibault. Now Harris. He's covered by Brown. 13 feet away. Drained for 2 points. 8 points for Tobias Harris.
Oh, such an efficient scorer. If you give Harris these opportunities, he'll punish you from there.
To the right side. No one near Wall as he lets it go. And it's off from three-point range. Thibault, the pass to Richardson. Simmons inside. Covered by Wall. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. The 76ers making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And that one misses.
I mean, you got to love the skill set Simmons possesses. A nightly triple-double threat. He stuffs the stat sheet.
It's good from long range.
He doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
Harris dishes to Embiid. Looking to get back on track here. Takes it off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 9.
Proving how legitimate of a threat he is inside. I mean, once Embiid gets it this close, it's all but over.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 9. 1:53 left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He said, look, you guys are playing physical, and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
Wizards trail by 7. Oh, Beal in position.
I love seeing Bill come alive in moments like this. When his team needs it, he steps up to the plate.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Ball against Simmons. Out to the right wing. Here's Embiid. Count it. Number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
What a finisher Embiid is. He's a pro at not letting the defense dictate to him.
17-foot shot on the way. It falls. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Here's Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The height, quickness, the mobility of Embiid, what he possesses, it's just amazing. He's daring the defense to whack. Jumping on the chance to up their lead at the line.
From the line, it's hauled in by the 76ers.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
Out to Harris. The tray. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Harris has got the lead up to 10 now for the 76ers. Maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Now here's Simmons. Over Wall. Offline. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.